we are going to show you what I got for Alicia.
And we also have a surprise for all of you.
Yes, and I will pin the code in the description after, or the
Because Dibs has given us a uh,
discount.
discount code for everybody that turns around and buys from the store.
Yeah, 5% off, and it's for little dips.
Yeah.
Hello, Josh.
Um, Lord knows that everybody could use a discount nowadays, and
Yes,
5% can go a long way.
yes. I'll put it in the comments after.
And description. So this is an unboxing of what was given to us, or my wife got me for Christmas. Um, I'm grateful for everything I have that she gives me. She knows I don't like being. Is this it? Oh, yeah.
That's it there.
She wouldn't let me see this, whatever this is here.
That was
Air Fairy Cooking Time. Huh?
fryer.
Huh. So let's see. Let's see, Sarah. Anything else?
Probably not. Or maybe.
And there's labels, I think.
Yeah.
Looks like a CD or
It's not a CD, I don't
Frozen favorites and other favorites. Air Fairy Cooking Time.
Fryer.
Fryer. Oh, fryer. I hate having dyslexia. It's a real pain in the ass.
So it will show you how long to cook things.
And here's another complete list.
Yeah.
And that's what it came in. Because there's times like as a chef, I don't really do much with fryers. I don't really like them. But then again, there's also times where you need them. So I decided. So I've always told her, I wish we had something that could tell us the difference. Because me, I do mostly baking or making soups or things like that. I don't like taking shortcuts. Maybe one day that'll be my downfall, but I just don't like doing it. Wait a minute. If that's a fryer. Oh boy. Uh-huh.
Careful.
Ah. Okay. Hmm. Well, they certainly packaged it really well. And it's way too heavy for me to lift. because I'm in such a closed, confined area, I like to try to have as much control, especially with a knife like this. These are very dangerous and very sharp.
Those are Cutco knives.
And trust me, I've had enough slice and dice off my fingers to know how dangerous these are. Whoa. Okay.
Careful with your eggnog on me.
Any questions?
No one on here.
Oh well.
Josh was on here.
Are you still going? Are you still live?
Yeah.
So this is a fryer and all the kind of stuff that you can make with it, or a rotisserie, either or, I think.
Yep.
Because I have always wanted a rotisserie.
Yep. That's why I got this.
Holy shit, it is rotisserie.
It's air fryer, rotisserie.
And this is upside
Okay.
down, girl. Why did they put this thing upside down?
A Triangle is asking, what are you gonna cook first? Maybe our Christmas turkey?
Yeah.
When we get our turkey.
We can afford one nowadays.
Well,
Out here,
we'll probably be getting a turkey through Christmas Bureau.
Okay, if I can somehow. Ah, boy, I don't want to break this thing. Shit. Ah, screw it.
Maybe take this one off.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Do you have those scissors? There?
Hmm?
Scissors?
They're dirty. Don't do that, Mommy. A Triangle says, I like cooking bacon in my air fryer.
Yeah,
Bacon would be good in there. Oh yeah, and so would fries.
well, if my little one was trying to get me to have a workout, she succeeded. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I couldn't get out. It was embedded into a styrofoam. So, okay, let's do it the hard way now. Whoa. Oh, sorry.
Look at that look she gave.
Sorry, dear. Sorry, princess. Didn't mean to do that. She doesn't look too impressed.
No, she doesn't.
She was like, "What the hell did you do that for? I wasn't doing nothing." Jerk. Oh.
It's like 3 or 4 in one.
Okay.
Air fryer, rotisserie,
I have no idea what an air fryer is.
toaster oven.
I know I'm supposed to be a trained chef, but I do not know what a air fryer is. Good thing there's instructions to teach me. Or I just go on YouTube and learn.
We are watching YouTube.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, it was upside down. So,
That's what the front looks like.
we're gonna wait overnight before we plug this in, let it warm up.
A triangle says, asking, where did you train to be a chef?
I never intended to be a chef, really. But my grandmother taught me. She was an old style country cook and chef. Everybody all around would come around to try to have some of her cooking, especially her macaroons. And my wife can contest to that.
Yes, I can.
And then in I was 16, so that'd be, what, 97?
97, you turned 16 in November.
Okay, so it's probably about 15 or 16 around there. That summer, I was working at the Algonquin Hotel in St. Andrews, New Brunswick. And I was only a waiter. And, here's things that you can put into it. And a cage kind of thing. And a lifter for, frying thingy. Can you open that?
Oh, there's a box.
Here's another box with this stuff in it.
But that's what it looks like.
You
can use it as a toaster. You can use it as a rotisserie, air fryer.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the other parts.
But I know there's a rotisserie part, I think.
Yeah, it is. And the other parts in there. So this is the parts in it. You guys just seen in it before I did, so I want to look into it. Oh, nice.
Hopefully it will.
There's also a tray there that is used for grease and other stuff. One of the best things about that tray is when that grease hits that.
Speed, function, temperature, and timer.
But this is not big enough for a turkey. Not even close.
I thought it might be.
No, not even close. It would have to be twice as big as this.
Maybe a little turkey or a little.
But when I was in the Algonquin Hotel, which you had to wear kilts. Anyways, I won't go there.
A triangle said you could chop the turkey up a bit.
True. But when I was in the Algonquin Hotel, Chef Gordon Ramsay was there. And this is when he was, really not as well known, but he had a vicious temper. Now on TV, I would say he's calmed down probably 95%, give or take. But he taught us for about 4 weeks in that area. I wanted to kill him, but glad I didn't. I appreciate everything he ever taught me. He even had the hotel give us rooms, and he got us up at 4 o'clock in the morning until about 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night, and did it all over again. Oh dear God, it was a nightmare. But I wouldn't I wouldn't trade that experience for nothing. To be honest with you, I didn't know who he was. Um, I had no clue. I was just some dumb country kid.
A Triangle asks, what's your favorite thing to cook?
Oh, what's my favorite thing? Well, I've cooked goose. I've cooked duck, chicken, turkey, wild turkey, um, caribou. I've cooked wild mountain goat. I've cooked stew, all kinds of stews. Um, I've cooked a beef Wellington before. Well, I wouldn't really say cooked it. It blew up in the oven, but yeah, I gave it a good shot. Um, and I almost blew up. Oh yeah, and I blew up my grandmother's oven, but she wasn't too happy about that. But it was old. It was over 30 years old, so it was almost time to get a new one. But um, I'd have to say the most amazing thing I got to cook was a moose roast, and I serenaded it and seasoned it for about a week. And
what kind of stuff does Chef Ramsay teach you?
oh yeah. What kind of stuff? Can you be more specific? Because he taught me how to. Because there's like 10 of us, so he was teaching us how to do a line and work in the line. He taught those who were going to be at some of the head chefs where we were doing most of the cooking, the main ingredients and the main running of the kitchen. How to organize um, a walk-in fridge. Um, how to organize orders and how to understand what went where. How to clean the fryer and make sure that it's actually clean. A lot of people don't realize that just because you clean the bottom don't mean that up top is clean. So, and we didn't realize that. No one ever taught us that. So we washed the vents, and he showed us also how to wash the piping out as well, like where the vents went up, because sometimes it will actually get up inside there. So we had to take out the guards and everything else, and take out like a hose and do a quick wash there.
Did he ever yell at you, I'd be so afraid to be in the kitchen with him knowing he could go off?
Oh, yell.
At any time.
um, back then it was like an atomic bomb. I mean, Chef Ramsay is tall. Okay, he's 6'4" or 6'6", something like that. And at the time, I was 6'2", and he towered over me. And the most I ever got was 6'4". But he he cares so much about teaching, and he's so passionate. Um, there's a part of him that nobody really gets to see on TV. That he will sit down, especially after he blows up and he sees that we are doing our best. He'll actually sit down with us and he'll talk and explain why he blew up and just say, this is why I'm so passionate, and I care so much for you guys that if I'm gonna teach you, I really want to give everything I have to give to you. And that's one of the biggest things that I took away from that is that it's just like drill sergeants, in boot camp. Um, you know, they care about you. They're getting you ready to go into combat, and they want to give everything they can and teach you everything they can and to prepare you. It doesn't really prepare you for live combat. It doesn't. Trust me.
A triangle. Did he ever make you any food? Have you ever met a better chef?
Who? Oh, I better be careful there. Thank God. I guess this is where my grandmother being passed away is a good thing. Um, besides my grandmother, no. Um, yeah, he actually turned around and cooked us a 12-course dinner or supper, what we called in New Brunswick, and there was ribs, BLTs, there was desserts, uh, there was a goose, turkey, um, my uncle gave me a great big or gave us a great big piece of wild moose, and he cooked that for everybody. Um, because in case no one knows, moose, especially bulls, they're big. One rack of ribs of a moose can feed probably, and cooked right, could probably feed 50 people. And that's not just, that's on top of the, uh, like, that's the whole ribs, and so I'm getting a brain fart of all, but yeah, he cooked for us, and be honest, I have never tasted anything even close. Well, actually, no. When I was in Paris, I went to Dubai, France, Rue de Dubai, France, and I had roasted lamb there at the bar and inn that I was staying at, and the meat melted right in your mouth. But so did the beef Wellington that Chef Ramsay is very well known for and famous for. It's just delicious. Anything else?
How long were you in Paris for? I'd love to take my wife one day.
I was there for about 2 months. Um, I went to Rue d'Europe and Rue Duvet, and I went to Paris. And it's amazing. By the way, if you have any good shoes, Especially if you have Italian leather shoes. Uh, don't go walking on the mountains with them. Um, they won't be any good. And watch where you walk or put your feet. Goat trails, they're a bitch. Yep. But they are very friendly, they're so amazing. And don't try to speak Quebec French. If you know Quebec French, don't try to speak that in France. Um, they'll look at you like, what the hell are you talking? Because it's completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions?
Will you ever go back, do you think?
I would love to. I'd love to go right now if I had the money. I would go there and never look back. I would love to move there. It is so amazing.
Oh,
Um,
I know I'd like to visit too because I was in Paris, but I only got to see the airport, nothing else. Because we were on our way to Switzerland, I think, at that time.
but yeah, I would love to go there. Actually, no, I wouldn't really. I don't think I'd really want to move there, but I would love to spend at least 5 6 months there and
If
have
you had
fun.
$1 million, would your dream world tour? What would your dream world tour be? I know for me, I would like to RV in Canada, United States. I like to go where my ancestors are from, Yorkshire, um, Ireland, Scotland, Norway.
I think I'd like to be able to go to Greece again. Greece is an amazing, beautiful place.
Yeah,
Um, I'd love to be able to go to Venice again.
me too. I'd like to go.
Tour Rome and Spain. Um,
I'd like to go to Japan.
yeah. I would like to go to Japan too. I'd like to go see um, a certain family that I met in the mountains there. A family of sword makers. Not many, not many tourists are allowed there, but because I've been there before, I would be allowed to go. And yeah, it's so beautiful there. So beautiful. I'd go there in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Do you own any swords?
I did at one time. They were stolen.
By family?
After my grandmother died, they were stolen from me. One was from 1623, a Hanzo Hattori sword that was given to me. I earned it. And then when I was in Japan. Some of my swords were worth. Well, the Hanzo's Hattori sword was worth about 2.5 million, but I wouldn't sell it for the world. The other swords were worth about 50, 60,000, 80,000. I had one that was at Damascus, Wootz Damascus, 1256 scimitar from 1256. Um, that was stolen. So, yeah, I had a really amazing collection, even knives and swords. Yeah. Some of them I even made myself.
You sound like you really know your stuff. I love your passion, Alicia.
Thank you. All my life I've traveled, outdoor survival. Uh, I've done scuba diving. I've done um, yeah, sit down there. I think you're probably getting tired.
Okay, I guess.
Um, um, my family said I'd be dead before I was 18, and I said, sure, let's go for it. So I had a death wish in a way, but now I do know one of my strengths, and it actually happened to be after I got hacked um, through the markets. I started out with $100, ended up with $50,000 in 2 weeks. But someone hacked my account, and yeah, I thought it was an official site, and it wasn't. But now I found a place called TD Waterhouse. It's with the TD Bank, and if I could ever, um, they recommend about start out with $2,000 because one you have to pay 9% just to get into it. Um, and I know I can make real money if I had the opportunity, or if someone would give me the opportunity to try it out again. But as of right now, one, I don't have the equity to do it. I do have the knowledge, but unfortunately, I haven't been able to find anybody that believes in me and trusts me to do what I said I'd do. But it's not gonna stop me, because me getting hacked and stuff taught me one thing: it wasn't a failure. One, found out something I can do that the doctors can't stop me from doing, or my body. The only thing that's gonna be able to stop me is my mind. And I don't see failure as I don't see failure as something that you quit. I see failure as something you learn from, and that you can just move on and understand. Okay, this is what went wrong. Okay, how can I fix this so where I can turn around and do it different so I can succeed or learn to succeed. Look at Thomas Edison. 1,200 or so light bulbs before he even succeeded with one. Um, there's some things on YouTube that some people will turn around and say, they tried for 3, 4, 6, 10 years at something, and then they finally did it. Mr. Beast, him and Carl. If you guys don't know who Mr. Beast is, look up Mr. Beast on YouTube.
If someone were to provide you with the equity, say 2,000, do you think you could make a living off of it?
Oh yeah. If someone gave me 2,000 that they recommend, yeah, because it'd give me an opportunity to do some day trading. And that day trading, what I would do to start out is maybe $50 per trade. Do like 10 trades for $50 each, and it'd give me an understanding on the markets to understand how it works now. And what I need to be doing, that's basically like a test drive for like $50. I wouldn't put all the $2,000 into one trade. That's stupid. And yeah, I could, yes.
And we would definitely pay back with interest and other things.
Basically, what I would do is if someone went in with me at $2,000, I would turn around and I would give them 50-50. So let's say $2,000, I made 50 grand. Well, 50-50, that's 25,000 each. And I know I could do it. Though I can't promise profits. I mean, it is a stock market. It goes up, it goes down, and especially with um, the pandemics or the so-called pandemics that's been happening and everything, the markets, even the penny trades now are erratic. There's one trade that I was looking at. It's called SIBO. It was at $3 billion, and then it went down to 300 million. Then before I knew it, it was about 2 minutes later. It went to $300. 300. And then the next day, I seen it at $56 billion. And then when it closed, it was 180 billion. So if I had that 300 or the 2 grand, I could have put $300 into it. The next day, because it's like a split shares, penny shares will actually split after 10 or 15, 20, $30, or even 100. So it's not just that one share that you're buying. It will actually multiply.
Have you made any play money stock accounts? You can practice with play money on some of the big name stock trading websites.
Yes, I have. It's called MT5, or there's MD5, and then there's MD times 5. But I wouldn't use any actual money because that's also where I got scammed. They broke into my account, and it was from Nigeria. I tracked their IP. It was from Lagos, Nigeria, that did it. But the play money thing, yeah, it gives you an amazing insight on the markets. That's how come I was watching one of the stocks. I was playing around with it, just trying to figure out things. And the play money, I started out with $100, and I went to. It took me 3 weeks to go 150,000. So from $100 play money to $150,000 play money. My margin of success and failures were about 60-40. So 60% of the time I did win. 40% of the time I lost about 10, 15 I think my biggest loss was $30. So, I'm just being honest with you guys. I mean, anybody that says that they've never failed, they've always succeeded, they've always hit big with their trading, don't trust them and don't do any business with them because when they do and they end up failing, they'll quit because they don't know what it's like to dust off their little shoes and keep on going. I've failed more times than I can count. And the only reason I succeed at things I do is because I learn from the failures that happen. Anything else?
If I made that much money, I definitely reinvest in
Yep.
gold. Do you have a Discord? I'd love to be notified when you live and
I
chat.
do not. Actually, I think I do. Don't I, dear?
We have Discord, but we don't have like a.
Yeah, we don't have a page. I do have Facebook.
Yeah, but we don't usually use that for our videos or lives.
Yeah, I don't know how. So, but I do have
We
Facebook
usually do YouTube lives
and Facebook.
or YouTube videos.
I'll use
Oh,
Facebook once in a while.
yeah, Facebook we sometimes use for lives too.
And notifications.
So I hope you liked what I got you.
I I did. I do. I not past tense, but I do. And
I hope using your air fryer goes well. I'd love to see some cooking videos one day.
sure. That's one of the things I plan on doing. I can't do as much cooking as I used to anymore, which really sucks. But
Maybe we'll get a Patreon for the cooking.
yeah, we dear. We kind of have a Patreon, but we don't know how to set it up.
Yeah, I don't know how to set up
Because
to
you have
say.
one.
Yeah, I have a Patreon, but I don't know how to set it up for.
Videos and
Well, I know how to do videos on it, I think, but to set it up for people giving so much for this much content, so much for so much content.
yeah, because I went into the settings and I just can't figure it out.
I can't either, but
Anything else?
not so far.
I hope I was able to answer all of your questions. If you guys have anything that you guys would also like to see, I mean, you
I
guys.
just love hearing about your life, Alicia and Catherine. You have such an interesting life.
Well, we've been married for almost 16 years, which is amazing.
15 years.
15.
We've been married for 15 years
Yeah.
and almost 2 months.
We came here from New Brunswick with a Toyota Yaris with everything we could put into it, with a 6-month-old cat. Had no place to live, no job, no nothing.
Except for a job interview once I got here. You could write a whole autobiography with everything you've been through. Yes, we could.
I've been told that. I've actually tried writing stuff down. I've even tried writing books. One book I've tried writing well, let's just say the government has hacked my computer and stopped me every which way that they could. But I have won second place in all of Canada in the Northwood Fry contest for a poem, and I have written a poetry book. I sold 1,200 units of it, and it did good.
I've also written poems and other things too. I just haven't got it published into a book yet.
If you guys also want to learn outdoor survival skills, let me know.
What's your poetry book called? I'd love to buy it.
I don't think it's being published anymore. And I also lost the only copy I had, because I was gonna try to get it republished. A friend of mine, or a so-called friend of mine, stole it and took it and never gave it back to me. The other copies I had left in Moncton ended up in a house fire, so that sucked.
Yeah.
And
but if we ever find it again, we will sure tell you.
Yeah.
A triangle.
But it was known as Jeremy Sarsfield's Street Poems. Youth Quest in Moncton, New Brunswick published it for me.
What do you think your most interesting moment was?
In what aspects? Like what?
Do you mean in her life?
You mean like the most dangerous?
In your
What?
life meant the most to you? What moment in your life meant the most to you? What's the one story you love to tell?
How me and my wife met.
Yeah.
But one of the most dangerous moments of my life was 500 meters under the ocean in the Black Sea with a humble squid, also known as devil's teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, we do love telling how we met.
What, girl? Yeah.
Well, the residence that Alicia was in had a fire because someone put a cottontail tail in it, and they were canvassing to remodel it, and I went there. It was like a street ministry, and then she was behind the coffee bar, and we met that way. And then out of 16 people or 15 people, they paired me and Alicia up the first night we canvassed. And
Yeah.
Anyway, we talked more.
Oh.
Then we got money for the ministry to remodel. We might have gotten like $54 or something. And our first date was at the Tim Hortons.
Didn't know it at the time.
Didn't know at the time because that's where they were picking us up.
She also gave me her phone number and where she was gonna work and wanted me to meet her. And I didn't have much experience with women. And I didn't go and meet her that day. The next day, and the next night she came and said, "Why didn't you come and meet me?" I was like, "You're serious?" "Yeah." "That was your actual number?" "Yes." Oops. And my friend who was behind the coffee bar with me, June, she said, "You stood my friend up?" I'm like, "I didn't think she was serious." And what else did you say? Something about you went home and...
I even told my parents about it, about you.
And I was like, crap. So the next day, I actually went there and met her, and we had dinner
Lunch.
or lunch, whatever you want to call it. I was
'Cause
brought up breakfast, dinner, and supper. But anyways, snuggle time.
I was in a program at the time, so we had an hour for lunch.
Princess and mommy is snuggling again.
She asked, was it love at first sight to you?
And snuggle
It
again.
was for her, but wasn't totally for me at love at first sight.
See, the day before I went up to Moncton, I was helped taking care of my grandmother that broke her arm. And I went around the 3 mile loop, and it was double tide, so I walked in the mud flats. And see, I live right along the Fundy Bay, or used to live around the Fundy Bay, and it went into the Atlantic Ocean. And I had a vision of her. And when I came back to this round, what you want to say, I was up to here, like up into my waist, with water. And, well, that's the worst place to be when the tide's coming in, because those waves hit the shore at between 80 and 106 miles an hour. You can hear them 3 miles away. My wife can contest that because she heard them and seen them and how dangerous it is. She actually witnessed
Yes.
whole side of a cliff just fall right down in the water.
Yes, I did.
And she was like, "Whoa!" And but in this vision, I heard the words "cats" because I call her cats. And I got to the shore. I was like, "Cats, cats. What does that mean?" Catherine, God said Catherine. So when I went up to my grandmother's that night, God said, when I go back up to Moncton, I would meet my mate. And I said, Lord, according to your words, let it be done. Now, going back about 3 weeks earlier, all I said to God before I went down to back down the back bay, I said, God, why show me all this beauty and all this amazing things and not have anybody to share it with? Now, I wasn't saying a girlfriend or a wife. All I was saying is having a friend to share it with. That's it. Thanks for the jewel. So when I first met her, I was just behind the coffee bar, and I was washing dishes, and my spirit stirred. I looked out the window, nothing. Then I turned around, and she opened the door. As she was on the door, it's like the Holy Spirit just turned me around, and I seen her. And I know she did talk to some people, I think.
Yeah, I said hi to people.
And I looked at June, and I said, June, I'm going to take a break. She looks at her, looks at Shannon, looks at me, and...
You mean Catherine?
Or looks at Catherine and looks at me, and... She said, take all the time in the world. I went behind the bar. I took Catherine's hand, and I kissed it. And the Holy Spirit said, this is your mate. Take her as your wife. Now, of course, I didn't tell her that.
No.
No, I'm not that crazy. But
A Triangle said, God is good to bring you two beautiful people together.
Oh, and 20 days later, I asked her to marry me.
Yep. With the praying hands.
Awesome. And
yeah.
But we went through a lot to get married.
Oh yes.
Everybody turned against us. I had to take a stand against my mentor, quite a few churches, even my own family. Of course, they liked her. They just hate me. They hate to see me happy. But they loved her. Hey, dear, you want to tell them what Graham asked you and me about 5 minutes after you met her and sat down to eat?
No.
grandmother looked at me and said, "So, do you guys have sex with the lights on or off?" And this is only maybe 5 minutes after my wife met my grandmother. Now,
Yeah.
now I did warn her that they were quite open in those areas. They,
Yes, you did warn
I
me.
gave her fair warning, and I think Catherine's face turned a few new shades of red.
My mom was the exact same with my wife, asking all these embarrassing questions. Haha.
But my grandmother was a sweetheart, and
Yeah, she was.
yeah, she brought me up. Although when she died, my family exiled me,
Mm-hmm.
stole everything from me. My gold, swords, my sports collection, everything. Mostly a so-called UPC minister, which is nothing but a hypocrite. That's another tale for another time. But I'd give anything to hear my grandmother's voice and give her a hug again.
That must have been really tough. A triangle set. It was.
It's not even the tip of the iceberg. It doesn't even scratch the surface of what I went through when my grandmother died. But it's made me stronger. Um, my grandmother always taught me not to give up, to love people, that we may hate what they do, but we still gotta love them. To treat people with respect and honor, dignity, and never judge by what you see. Judge what they do, but don't judge what you see. In other words, don't judge a book by its cover.
Yep. We have people that won't even meet Alicia because they think other.
They think that I abuse my wife. They think that some of them even think that she has Stockholm syndrome and everything else.
Which I don't. And if you're gonna help me with, like, say, food or whatever, we're one family unit. You gotta help both of us. Yes, we do love each other very much. And
I would kill to protect her. I have.
yeah,
Not proud of it, but I have. But it's something I have to live with.
yeah. So
Wasn't planning on doing it this long.
No, it's our.
But is there any other questions or any? If you guys want to look me up, it's Jeremy Sarsfield on Facebook. JeremySargefield. I'll also be posting the 5% discount on my Facebook. And other platforms that I use.
I just added you. I'm called QPPEA. QUEPEA. And you can add me, Catherine Sarsfield, as well, if anybody wants to add me on Facebook.
As okay, I see it. I'm confirming.
And I will confirm after, because I'm on my phone with this live.
Is this you?
That's me, he says.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for your time. I was having a bad evening until you guys showed up on my YouTube.
Cool.
No problem. And
I was wondering.
thank you all. Thank you for the questions and the comments.
Yeah. And I was wondering, are you in Canada or are you in the United States?
United Kingdom.
Oh, okay. So it's morning there.
"1 a.m. Can't sleep."
Well, I got the morning part right, but just it's not daytime yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have PTSD myself, so I understand. Are you still rolling?
Yep.
Okay. Sometimes when people call or whatever, it will interrupt.
Stop.
But are you an ABDL or are you just?
Shoot. I think I missed it. Because that's our character's thing.
Okay.
Oops.
We do have to go.
Yeah.
In case they try. So be blessed and stay tuned and subscribe
I'm not
and share.
an AB, but I'm into ML.
Okay. Subscribe and share.
Yeah.
And you will get your notifications when we do this.
Yeah. Bless you too.
Blessings.
Talk to you later.